While we've grown up, we've nitty bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars lag stream. Apparently, uh, not a good start to the show, but you know this happens. Okay, at least that works. But so yeah, hello. 2 weeks in a row, we managed to pull off again. Finally, welcome to Blurry Pride, Tariff Titano, Void Edits, Bella Wilga, Super VH, David Swicky, Altabab, Phil Wolfman, 1976, Melvin Hartzell, Razor Quake, what's up? Gen 1 Red Alert, thank you for your support. Also, Grind Time, and I saw Oktar in here. Joey Johnston, Damon Sweeky, and so many other people. Welcome, Alpha Tryon. Welcome. So we got a good show tonight. We're going to talk about the news. We got to talk about the new bots. Somebody I think subscribed, but it didn't show up for some reason. We got the sound. So we'll take a look at the new bots. Finally, they made it into the newsletter, so I have some graphics to show and the bios too, and a few crystals to crack from last week's event. So I think the best way to do it is to get started with the news. This weekend's event is called A League of Their Own, and take part to win up to 6 Troop XP items worth 500,000 XP, 5,000 Prime Core shards, which now with the building Prime Cores out, they're actually worth something now instead of just G Metal chips. 30,000 Premium shards, 7,500 3-star shards, 2,500 4-star shards, 300 5-star shards, 1 G Metal, 10 Gold Power Cores, 300,000 Combiner Spark, and I ran out of room to list the almost pointless at this point War for Cybertron skin core. But there's one of those. It's an individual event, so your success or failure is entirely up to you. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. One big prize list, Super XP throughout the event. Got to be headquarters level 4, and since it's an individual event, you don't have to be in an alliance. But you still have to hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, win the battle, collect the points, and collect your prizes. And there are the event battle zones. There's a standard battle zones. And here is the full list of prizes all the way from there's that War for Cybertron skin core at only 910 points. Remember, if you happen to be getting an alt faction War for Cybertron skin core, it means you have all of them for your main faction already. Not all of the bots have War for Cybertron skin cores. So if you're an Autobot, you're getting Decepticon skin cores, you've got all the Autobots that you can get, and vice versa. And continuing on, there we go. There's the list, and you got 35,000 points if you want to complete the event. But you can have all the prime shards by only 16,450. That's the end of the prime shard. So if you want all of them, you got to get to about almost 17,000 to score. But you can go about twice that to fully complete the event and collect everything. So the first bot is Roadbuster, and I really need to remember where I'm going to have my camera when I'm making up these slides. I need to update my templates. So Roadbuster brings a lot to the party, including guns, rocket launchers, grenades, and a whole lot more heavy artillery besides. Armed to the teeth, he's a charismatic and inspiring figure on any battlefield, sometimes turning the brink of defeat into glorious victory. Off duty, though, he can be quiet and almost withdrawn, and he spends any downtime planning for the next campaign and stripping down his personal arsenal of weaponry. And we also got a nice look at his alt mode there. This is, I mean, you could tell just from his bot mode, but also from the alt mode, this is clearly based on the Generations Thrilling 30 figure we got a few years ago, which I happen to have. I showed off the last couple streams, and of course, I got him right down here. We'll be taking a look at here momentarily. And his counterpart for the Decepticons is Halfshell. Halfshell is as cold-sparked as they come, a true mercenary who won't so much as flex his trigger finger unless there's a payday in the offing. However, his fellow Seacons are another matter. He's fiercely loyal to them and will defend them with his last drizzle of fuel, whether or not someone's bankrolling him at the time. In the process, he's become their de facto leader, and the others back him to the hilt. In armored deep sea mode, he wields back-mounted fission cannons, not fusion cannons, fission cannons. So not as powerful, but safer. If you guys know anything about nuclear power, that's basically that's where that kind of lame joke came from. Not heroes in a half shell. I think this is a villain in a half shell, but yeah, gotcha. So there he is. He is based on the Pulse exclusive. Well, I guess it was Takara figure that of God Neptune that came out a year or two back. I happen to have the original G1 colored versions. This is the, I want to say, Beast Wars second versions. So we'll take a look at that, and we got an alt mode view of him as well, and he's a turtle. As you kind of knew, he just by the name Halfshell, he's a turtle, rather square turtle, but that's true to the toy. So there you go. And that's pretty much it for the news that I'm going to report. And it's time for the community corner. And this has been working for a little while. We've got, I'll just kind of show it off from Discord instead of taking them over to the slides. So first up, we've got Belawooga. Almost immediately after the last stream, we got these, and Blaster is giving birth. This is kind of what he does when he kicks out Eject or any of his other mini-cons from his chest. It just comes from a different place than what humans are used to. Soundwave does the same thing. I like how you've got Scorn in there from, I think that's the the Last Night version of Scorn. It doesn't really matter. Both Scorns are really good, both the Age of Extinction and the Last Night. I can't ever figure out which one's better. Yeah. So, and our usual resident Razorquake here with creations of the Transformers in Forza Horizon 5, 6, 12, something like that. So we've got Jazz, looks pretty cool, nice shiny chrome. We've got a Rally Bumblebee. I'm surprised we haven't seen one of those yet. It does look really cool. In Sunstreaker, using the I think that's a Dodge Viper. It's interesting. That's exactly the vehicle that Sunstreaker was in the alternators line. What 10, 15 some odd years ago. So that's actually a really good choice for Sunstreaker, whether you meant to do it intentionally or not. We've got a design for Cliff Jumper, looking very much like his Transformers Prime version. Which just missing the horns, but that's probably not an option in the game, so I'll forgive you. And we've got Nest Bumblebee, the Jeep, and yeah, as soon as I saw Bumblebee as a yellow Jeep in the Bumblebee movie, I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to get at least one more Bumblebee because I wanted to get him as a Jeep. And but you went for the Nest Deco, which did come out, I think, in the Studio Series line a little bit later in the green, the gray. You got Moon Racer, a nice classic car. Look, that's actually a really cool look for Moon Racer. Nice, well done. And also in the toy collection news, Razorquake also managed to pick up Override, a really cool figure. Yes, very cool. I like that. Lovely lady indeed. And Grand Galvatron, who also goes by Senator Hydrangea, made two new embroidery patterns. They are pretty cool. So I was trying to figure out who the one on the left was in the kind of the oranges. The one is Sea Spray for sure, and then it just now occurred to me that's his. I can't remember her name. It's his girlfriend from that one episode. I'm sure you'll fill me in on the name. I can't remember. It's like it starts with an A. Like it's not Ariel, but it's like you'll fill me in. I'm sure. Aquatica? No. Alana says Terror of Titano. Yes, I was almost there. I was almost there. So thank you. PB2 also coming in with the usual Minecraft artistry. We've got a version of Roadbuster here. Looks like he's hanging out with the other wreckers with the with Whirl there off in the background. Interestingly, that they're next to each other because I believe the history goes that the reason we never saw Whirl or Roadbuster in the G1 cartoon is because they were made by a different toy company in Japan, and it happens to be the same toy company. So they're like the only two character designs in G1 that Hasbro actually got from that particular company. I can't remember what it was, Bandai or something like that. I might be wrong, but it was not from Takara. So, yes, nice placement there. Hat Glitch came in at the very last second before the stream here a couple hours ago. It says if Optimus can get upgrades, so can Alita 1. Look at that giant gun in that staff that she's got there. That's pretty amazing. Can I make that a little bit bigger? Is that going to work? Yeah, that worked pretty good. So let's see. Looks like you're using a little bit of Soundwave's gun, maybe some Red Cog weapons. So yeah, very cool. Very cool. And Prime and Duncan also here has Autobot Circle. So we've got some of the custom Lego creations, and looks like they're meeting with Rodimus Prime and Mirage. And wait a second, I think that's the Decepticon, the helicopter there. So not is this a betrayal or is this an ambush where they're actually trying to capture there? So yeah, very cool. So, and that is it for the stream submissions. If you want to be featured on the stream, head on over to the Discord. There's a link in the description of the video and join up. And I will also always post up a little a thread for each weekly stream where you can go and contribute. So I just want to say hello to Latifi Henry. Welcome. Thank you for your support. One of our channel members. So what was the next thing to do? Oh, yeah, that's right. Take a look at these guys. So here we go. He's leaning forward a little bit. So as I said, we've got, let's focus on them directly. So there is Roadbuster. Remember how they said he's got a whole lot of weapons? This all came with this figure. He came with a ton of weapons. It's crazy, and a really cool figure. And I was very happy to find him. But then turns out like he ended up shelf warming for there was like 5 of them at my local Target for like a year. I almost bought them just so they'd get new stuff in, but I was like, no, that's dumb. So, but yeah, there they are, and it was pretty cool because he's one of the few Transformers in recent memory that came with stickers, and you had the option of a nice big Wreckers logo on his chest or an Autobot logo, and so I had to go with the Wreckers logo, because Wreck and Rule and all that. So we got him, and we have the stand-in for Halfshell. This is actually, you can call him Turtler or you can call him Snaptrap, but that's what he is here in these colors. It's the same toy. These are the colors I know, and that's the ones I got. And but they did actually release them in the colors that they're using in the game. I just didn't get that set. So there you go. Pretty cool. And there are his fission cannons there on his back. And very cool. And yep, that is basically those are the toys that the new characters coming to the game are going to be based on. All right, so we do have some crystals to crack. Doesn't look like the graphic is coming up. Oh, it popped up there for a moment. So yeah, we're losing the Alliance War pretty badly, but that's okay. It happens. We kind of bounce up into the Silver League occasionally, and then we bounce right back down into Bronze, and then we just kind of bounce back and forth. But we'll go ahead and go use some of these crystals. I've only got these 2 free crystals in here because I literally grabbed them right before the stream. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead. Maybe we'll get something magical. Yeah, that's a pretty magical 1000 spark right there. And I also happen to have all these small chests, these small loot crates, and that's because I was sitting on 9, and I didn't want to do 9. I wanted to wait till I hit 10 so I could do what I'm doing now. And then I grabbed 2 like right before the stream. And okay, let's go. Let's see what we can do. And I like that we're getting the 1000 spark, 1000 shards. The battle boosts, fine. The only thing I don't like is when you get the medium loot crate. Sometimes you still get the just a single battle boost, which is exactly what you get in the small loot crate, and I think that's wrong. I think at the very you get 3 times the spark or 3 times the shard. You should at least get 3 of the battle boosts from the medium crate instead of just the same single boost. Not that I really want more of them, but yeah. So there you go. Rant over. So let's see. This was the combat. This was the what was it? Bash breaker. So some of these chests are bash breaker chests, and so we've got some like building universal building core chests. We've got 38 of these hammer to fall. So we've got 38 of those chances to get 2, 3, or 4-star bash breaker, or some other booby prizes, and so some normal premium chips, cashed in some shards to get some premium crystals, and 20 of these. I don't even remember what these were. Battle tactics chest, which is just more boosters. So let's go ahead and get those out of the way. More field repairs. I've actually just been using force fields. I've been using force fields lately, mostly just to use them. 'Cause I just never use them, so I just try to just so I can. I've got so many because I've purchased bundles and I've got like hundreds of some of these things. So yeah, orbital strike, smart bombs. Yeah, smart bomb Mark III is actually kind of good. Let's see. LJ is asking, how do we get the new Decepticons? Because you're a Decepticon. Well, it's going to be that we always get the new bots in events. Sometimes they are leaderboards, which I don't think we're doing leaderboards anymore, or might be chance events, kind of like what the combat bots were. But they also now have been doing endurance events instead of the leaderboards, where you have to hit certain levels, like unlock a 3-star at, I don't even remember what points it was, 500,000 or something. Then you unlock a 4-star at like 1.5 million as an alliance, and 3.5 million will get you a 5-star. So that's how you get the new ones. Otherwise, you have to wait until they're released to the crystals and crack crystals for them. Pretty simple. Frustrating because it's not always easy to get, but pretty simple. So we're getting some silver food here. More silver food. Oh, we're getting gold, and that's food because I've got the G metal versions for both of my shock towers. So that was some gold food. This is gold. What is this one? Lightning rod? Yeah, that might be useful. Kino Barrigan, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the party. We got as we unlock some silver food. More silver food. Oh, we got some gold food. Yeah, that's food because I've got G metals for all my mortars. Otherwise, it'd be good. Still waiting for some G metal guided missiles. All I ever get is gold or silver. We've got to be getting near the end of the 10, right? Oh, wow. That's crazy. So there you go. Almost all of that is food. The only thing that might be useful is the lightning rod, but I think I got a lot of those too. All right, let's do these other ones one at a time. Yes, this event is a solo one coming up this weekend. No bots are going to be available, but you can get Prime Core shards to help you unlock the Prime Cores. If you're still working on unlocking the Prime Cores for your bots, do those first. If you happen to have all of those, you can unlock the building Prime Cores. But by all means, unlock all of the bot Prime Cores first. Unless you're lucky and unlock everything but Nexus, then go ahead and jump over to the the building ones. I always feel bad if anybody unlocks Nexus as their first Prime Core. Fellow Wuga says you don't score a lot solo. Well, that sounds like you need to play a little more. Sometimes it's about the effort. You just gotta get in there and play run through all of your fuel cells, and then you can put it away and do whatever else you need. I mean, I understand people have busy lives. You can't always do that. So, I mean, for me personally, my Sundays are usually pretty busy with family time and some other stuff. So, I do the best I can on Fridays, even when I work. I'll do like a run in the morning, and then if I have a break at work, I might do a couple of battles. But I'll do a lot in the evening, and I'll play as much as I can. Basically, when I wake up on Saturday, I run through all my fuel cells, and then go do other stuff. And then when it says, "Hey, fuel cell is ready," I get in there and run through all the fuel cells again, and then I go do other stuff. And so that's how I do it. And then Sunday, I basically do one last run through the fuel cells in the morning, and I usually score about 16,000. Of course, I've been playing a while, and I've got some strong bots, and I'm hitting zone 14 and 13 pretty much every battle. So if you're not quite there, I get that. So you just got to work at it. Eventually, you'll be able. The key thing is get through all of your fuel cells as best as you can. All right, so let's do these. Combat ships. You say the max you get is 6K. I can understand. I remember early on it was a struggle to get 10K. I was doing really good to score 10,000, and that's playing hard. But now it's actually not too bad. But again, that's by continuing to play and building up your bots. That the only way you get stronger bots in the game is by playing it. So that's what you got to do. Yeah, so that's what it. Yeah, I put out the tips and tricks video, and if I recall, my number one tip in that tips and tricks video was you got to play the game. That's the only way things get better. I mean, you can collect all of the characters that you want, but if they're all like level 10 or 20, you're not going to do a whole lot. You might have a ton of bots, but they're not strong. So pick a few that are your favorites and that are really good to level up and focus on them. It got really loud for a few seconds. Wow. Streams do weird things, man. Kino Barragan, cordial greetings from Querétaro, Mexico. Well, welcome. I saw you subscribed a little bit ago. What are the best 3 combiners? I have a lot of fun with Computron. I really like the whole hacking ability. Computron does well. I've been having a lot of fun with Magnaboss. And probably Defensor. Those are the 3 that I seem to go to. They also happen to be my highest level combiners. And for a Decepticon, that would be... what's the equivalent of Computron? Lyle Kaiser and Tripredicus and Abominus. Let's go ahead and do these premium crystals. So now, if you happen to be watching last week, you'll know I opened a whole bunch of premium crystals and managed to grab 4-star Blur, who was my second to last 4-star available. The only 4-star that's currently available in premium crystals I don't have yet, Cybertron Jetfire. That's the only one. Makes me wonder whether if I should even bother using 4-star crystals on the Autobots anymore. Maybe I should build up my Decepticon squads. But then at the same time, I've got so many Decepticons that need research. I can barely fill the couple of squads that I run if I have them all out on dispatch missions. So it's kind of tough. Of course, I know Autobots. Well, if they're all duplicates, that's all 5-star shards to get you to 5-star bots, and those still get plenty of duplicates even if I crack Decepticons. The thing is, I don't have any 4-star air Decepticons at 4-star air Decepticons. None. I've got like 12 or 15 4-star Decepticons, and not a single one of them is air class. Hey, there's a 2-star Bash Breaker. Oktar says 4-star dupes give you the rank shards now too. That's a good point. That's a good point. But 4-star Decepticon dupes give you rank shards too. Oh, here we go. 3-star Bash Breaker. 2 down, 1 to go. What does this guy do again? I know he's the what do you call it? Warrior class, and he shoots out the little acid things. Terror of Titano is back from terrorizing his study books. I feel so bad for Bash Breaker. Poor guy's got bricks for arms. Indeed, he does. We're getting there. Bash Breaker is a weaponizer from RD 2015. Thanks. I didn't know that. I had a feeling he was, because that's kind of what they're doing. Because it's fine. I said it weird, but they kind of ran out of almost the War for Cybertron combat bot. That's the weaponizers and micromasters. They didn't really run out, but they moved on to some other stuff, and they've been doing the Transformers RID 15 minicons. Okay, so we got 8 left. We're gonna go through them one at a time, nice and slow. So Bash Breaker, bricks for arms. Is it Bash Bricker or Brick Breaker? Bash Bricker, I think, because Brick Breaker actually sounds kind of tough. Bash Bricker, Bash Bricker. No, I didn't think so. Three more left. 2 more left. And one last chance to complete the trifecta. Is it going to happen? No, it's not. Combat shards. There we go. Super V8 says, unpopular opinion, RAD 15 is underrated. Well, I share your unpopular opinion. I liked RAD 15. I thought it was cool how all the Decepticons had like normal vehicle alt modes, and it was their bot modes that were basically like animals. It was unique. Really liked the Steeljaw character. Thunderhoof was one of my favorites. All right, so here's the thing. I'm saving the 4-star shards for when they inevitably release the 4-star part for Fortress Maximus. We don't know quite what it's going to be. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be 67,000. I'm thinking, Metroplex, I believe it was 30,000. But Fort Max 3-star part was a little bit higher than the Metroplex 3-star part, so I'm thinking maybe 40,000. So if I were to get 10 of these, that'd be 25,000. That'd still leave me at 42,000. Plus, there's more coming this weekend and over the next few weeks. Because 4-star Fort Max part is not coming anytime soon. I think I could crack. I could grab and crack 10. I don't remember if they said, but that's what I'm thinking it would be. Even though it would be nice to do the times 10, I think what I want to do, I think I'm going to do 5 and 5. I'm going to do 5 Autobots and 5 Decepticons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I do like building up my Decepticon squad. You don't have to. You don't have to like it. You don't have to. You don't have to spend a single shard on Decepticons. That's fine. I like to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go. So if it's going to be 40,000, I'm still good. So there we go. One thing I will not do is spend 5-star shards on Decepticons. That's where I draw the line. No 5-star shards or combat shards on Decepticons. That I don't do. 4 stars. If I wasn't down to just a single 4-star bot on the Autobots, I'd probably still be doing all Autobots. But I'm down. It's like, what are the chances of me getting the Cybertron Jetfire? Watch it be the first one. Oh, man, I was hoping that was going to work. No, we got first aid. I think I've got the first aid core already. Optimus Prime. Roll out. I've got quite a few of those G1 Optimus Primes. Yes, indeed. The medic shards are nice. And we got more medic shards here, too. Same thing. I'm pretty set on the G1 Ratchet. Yeah, I might need it. I might be able to use it on the 4-star. I'm pretty sure I've got a G Metal G1 Ratchet on my 5-star. I might be able to use it on my 4-star, though. I recently got a G Metal Ray Boosters the other day, which I need to throw that on the Minerva. And look at that! G Metal Guided Missiles! That's the first one I've gotten. I can upgrade my core on one of my missile launchers. I've only ever gotten gold guided missiles. See, I told you Nose Cone was good. Look at what he gives you. Vote for Nose Cone. Vote for Nose Cone. All right, here we go. And as expected, it was the Golden Dupe City for the Autobots. What about 5 stars Beast Wars Megatron after Monkey? Well, I wouldn't be spending 5-star shards on that, would I? I'd be spending Shanix. So I said I'm not spending 5-star shards. I may spend Shanix once I 50,000 to get 5-star Monkey Prime, 50,000 to get the Omega Supreme part. Once I get to 50,000 again, maybe I'll go ahead and get the Beast Wars Megatron. So, okay. Decepticon 4-star crystals. Let's see if we get anything good. I'm hoping for an Air Class bot of some type. Except for, like, Slipstream. Watch it be Slipstream. Starscream is a good one. See, this was a good choice. This was a good choice. Do it again. Okay, we'll see. We're right back to the Golden Dupe City. I told you we'd be getting plenty of duplicates. Even open them. Gold G1 Bludgeon. That might be nice. Although I don't have one now, so that'll be good. See, so you were worried about me not getting shards and rank shards, 5-star and rank shards. You're thinking I wasn't going to get any. So far, we're 3 into it, and there's only been 1 new bot and 2 duplicates. That's why I wasn't worried at all. 2 more. Oh, we get a new one. Oh my goodness. This was a fantastic decision. This was a fantastic decision to open these today. Oh, I love Lugnut. Obviously, he's the counterpart for Elita 1, so all of the goodness that is Elita 1 also carries over to Lugnut. I use my 3-star Lugnut all the time. He is one of my most powerful bots, and this guy is going to be leveled. And I just like the character anyway. The design, the personality, everything. So, yes, my Air Force has expanded. I realize he's special, but he's still a jet, and you can fly him. And last one, another new one. Oh, and it lagged. Flatline. Cool. I do have a 4-star hook, but I'm happy. 4-star Flatline. It's been actually hard to keep have Decepticon medics go fill out the dispatch mission, so it's nice to have an extra one. So yeah, cool. So 3 out of 5 got 3 new 4-star Decepticons. So I still got 2 duplicates. I still got 5-star shards. I still got class shards. So it's all good. I got character shards. It's all good. And the more I do this, the fewer new ones I'll get. I'll be right back into them all being it's all Golden Dupe City. So, but yeah, I'm so happy I made this choice tonight. Starscream, Lugnut, oh my gosh, and Flatline, excellent. Flatline, the character that I suggested, even though they probably don't even know it and won't give me credit for it. Because the person I suggested to moved off to a different game. But I did. I suggested it. I promise I did. Anyway. So, there we go. If you want to see what I'm talking about for my Decepticon roster, so here we go. We've got Ripper Snapper, Barricade, Bludgeon, Black Arachnia, Straxus, Brawl, Scavenger, Megatron, Dragstrip, Nemesis Prime, Soundwave, Blot, Mixmaster. There's Hook. Like I told you, we've got Bombshell, Vortex, Kickback, and Headstrong and Counterpunch are my newest ones. But as you can see, not a single jet among them until we get to Lugnut and Starscream. And now there's Flatline also. And of course, Deathsaurus is one of my most powerful bots, and as you can see, my 3-star Lugnut is also quite powerful as well. But definitely got to be bumping up that 4-star Lugnut. Oh man, very happy. And for the Autobots, in case you're wondering, so here's how they stack up. For quite a few 5 stars. So there's my Ratchet. Let's see. He's got the G Metal Ratchet on him. You've got the Minerva over here. She's just got a golden ray boosters. So I'll be throwing the G Metal ray boosters on her. And yeah, so it will be here for a while if I scroll through all of these people. So yeah, almost all of my Autobot squads, except for like my power leveling squad, which is only the Elita 1 and another bot usually. All of my actual full Autobot squads, all but one of them are battling and winning consistently in Zone 14. So the ones missing are on dispatch missions. Bulkhead, I believe, is actually I actually have Bulkhead in for research at level 50. It just doesn't show him. So I recently leveled up Power Glide, Cliff Jumper, and Dust Up not too long ago. They've been sitting there forever, so I just like, let's go ahead and level some of these guys instead of letting them sit there, because they're not helping me at all not being leveled up. So I've been trying to get all my Autobot 4 stars leveled up, and then I can start moving down to leveling some of the 3 stars. And so you got Decepticons. Yeah, we stopped at the 4 stars, but see, we got the 3 stars. I've got a lot of 3 stars need leveling. Yeah, I got a decent amount of 3 stars not too long ago. See, Phantom's relatively new, but I got him leveled up to 40. Mostly dispatch missions. Who am I working on lately? Runabout, Spinister, and I even got a couple of 2 stars that are, you know, I do level up to 2 stars again just to fill out dispatch missions. So there we go. I think that's about it for the actual in-game portion of the stream. So we will, I see there's questions in the chat. So let me go. I know some people have been asking quite a bit. Let's see. Josue here is asking, do you think they should add Sound Blaster to the Decepticon side? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't think they'll do it because we just are now getting a skin for Shattered Glass Soundwave. So I don't think they'll do it. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, it in some continuities, it is a completely different character, but in other continuities, it's just Soundwave in the future. But they have kind of done that in the game, where like Skywarp Night Raven is just still Skywarp. Soundwave Hiss Tank is still just Soundwave. So, do I have 4-star Beachcomber? I agree. Why is he not in the game? There, other notable absentees are like Brawn, Gears, Windcharger. There's quite a few that you would think would be, that would be in the game that just haven't quite made the cut so far. Sound Blaster as a merc. Now there's an idea, because the Morphin Cybertron, the Netflix series, Sound Blaster was indeed a merc. And in fact, that's the only reason why I got the Sound Blaster figure, and I got the Takara one from Hasbro Pulse a while back, because it had the mercenary faction symbol. So yeah, that's a good idea. I would say Sound Blaster would probably be a good one for our next double dealer type of a bot. Because, we've got Gnaw, Impactor, double dealer, even Snapdragon. In fact, Snapdragon is wearing the mercenary symbol, even though he wasn't a mercenary, but they still made him a mercenary. But anyway, so you got those bots who are the same on both. Sound Blaster would probably be a good one. Oh, I see this one here. What's the favorite Prime Core? I don't know. I like Vector Prime when it works. Oftentimes, I have it on Star Saber, and oftentimes he'll go in and he'll take damage too slow. So when he does die, he only goes back a few seconds. When he goes back, he's still just got a sliver of health, and he dies quickly anyway. Although just the other day, I ran him into some really heavy attack, and ran him a couple of times. He took a lot of damage. When he actually respawned, he was all the way back with the rest of the squad at almost full health. That is when Vector Prime is at its most useful. Other than that, I like Quintus Prime, especially at the end. After you win and there's still a lot of defenses on the end, just seeing like the Sharkticons just like spraying out of the bot, whoever it's on. In my case, is Skylinks. Beyond that, I honestly don't give a whole lot of thought to who has what Prime Core. Remember when people were miffed that Snapdragon was for Autobots? Oh yeah, people get upset about things all the time, and you know what? They get over it. I think Snapdragon as a mercenary is really interesting. It gives him character. Yeah, well, it turns out, if you go back and look at the coverage when he first came out, it turns out Snapdragon was originally conceived his toy was originally conceived to be a mercenary, but at some point from the time the conception until they released him, he was branded as the Decepticon that he traditionally was. But he was originally conceived as a mercenary, and that's what they went with. So. Twin cast as the bot counterpart of Sound Blaster, yeah, that is certainly an option. That's kind of how it was. But again, Twin cast, if I remember, is really just a future blaster. So if they were to do that, they wouldn't be doing it right away because again, right now in the Cyberpass, the skins are Shattered Glass Blaster and Shattered Glass Soundwave. So I wouldn't expect to see them for, I would say, at least a year. If we were to get something like Twin cast and Sound Blaster. Who am I looking forward to getting in the new 5-star batch? Oh, who is in the new 5-star batch? Yeah, it's what, Blur and Hound and I don't even remember. So you can see who I'm how excited I am about the new batch. I would say I am most excited to get somebody from one of these other batches, honestly, probably. So I never got anybody from the first one. I don't think I'd go for the first one. Second one, yeah, probably not. Third, I got Cheetor. Yeah, not super overwhelmed by them. Snarl, Rodimus Prime, Warpath, Perceptor, RC. Warpath would probably be pretty cool. Who else do I got? First Aid, Sandstorm, Goldfire, Rust Dust. I don't know. That one might be pretty good. Swoop, Impactor, Rook, Sea Spray, Bumblebee. I might go for that one. Skylinks, Red Alert, Brainstorm, Pipe, Slash. I don't know. I might go for one of the old ones. Or maybe it's time to save for Omega 5-star. Acid Storm, Slingshot, Dragstrip Hound, Bludgeon Ironhide, Coelagon, Twin Twist, Runabout, and Blur. Yeah, I don't know. I've been liking Twin Twist a fair amount lately. Haven't really used Blur a whole lot. He's been spending most of his time leveling on dispatch missions. Slingshot, I've been getting some pretty decent usage out of. Hound, I've always enjoyed Hound. He's long overdue. And Ironhide, honestly, I think it's time for them to finally put him in there. Unless they do a real buff, I think Ironhide will be the dud of the batch. So Blur is OP. He can single bases easily. Interesting. You don't believe I'll save for the 5-star part. I know I say that all the time, don't I? And then as soon as I hit 5,000 shards, okay, 5-star crystal. You're right. I say that it's wishful thinking. It's kind of like how I say, yeah, I'm going to slow down on how many Transformers I buy. And nobody believes me on that one too. Speaking of which, that's a nice segue to move these guys out of the way after the lag catches up. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the haul because I did get a few bots in recently. First one to show up, if I can get these guys to stand, it would help if my table was actually level. First one to show up, Core Class Slug. He's an all right little Dinobot. Now, the official instructions just tell you to leave his back like that, and that's fine. But he opens up his back like that for the combined mode, and I kind of like that. That actually kind of looks a little bit more like what he is, traditionally looks like. And his gun is basically just his whole back end. So we'll go ahead and transform him because he's simple enough. Uh, you just kind of flip up his chest to be his mouth. These things close or just stay closed. His arms are actually pretty cool because you actually flip them all the way up. You rotate them completely around because you can see how the arms are actually like backwards. So you just completely spin them around. They got nice ratchets. Thank you for renewing your membership there, Red Alert. Appreciate the support, the continued support as always. And then pretty standard slag transformation. You spin the legs up like that, put the back legs down, and you just kind of plug in the rear end into his, rear end. And so there you go. You got a nice little Triceratops. Pretty cool, right? Now he does have a combined form. It turns out this guy is the head part of Volcanicus. And that head is hidden very securely in his back end. And so his front legs go, and there's actually like I don't know if you can see it. There's a little slot right there. It actually kind of tabs in. The instructions are actually wrong. They don't tell you to have it in basically alt mode orientation to tab in there, but that is the way you do it. And I think you have to kind of open up the back end, before you tab the legs. And I think you have to open up the back end to spin these out first, and then you close that back up. And then you can lock in the arms. These legs, I think, just kind of go back. His tail just kind of stays there. He basically just kind of looks like he's going to go sledding. Like he found a sled and he's just going to go wee. And then the Volcanicus head sits right there. So there's your chest and head for Volcanicus, and Sludge is going to plug in under here somehow. And this gap in his chest there, pretty sure that's where Sludge's head's going to end up in there. So there's 1/6 of Volcanicus, the important 1/6 apparently. All right, so next up, Amazon started shipping this next wave of legacy figures. Hot Shot came in. So here he is. He's actually a pretty nice little figure. Some people are upset about the insides of his legs, and sure, okay, yeah, I get it. But I mean, I have him on my shelf like this, so I don't really see that. So I'm okay with it. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He's not exactly like what the original Armada figure was. I don't have a hot shot of him, but I do have the Collector Club version that was they did die on. I meant to bring it with me, but I didn't. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So his whole rear axle kind of rotates up and does, so now he's got a big old cannon, and you can flip down his visor. So okay, that's his targeting. Okay, we got to aim this. Take the Decepticons down. Interesting thing is, he almost looks like a third party here on his chest because he's got a faction symbol shaped hole right there in his chest with no symbol in it because it's a big one up on his shoulder. So he almost kind of reminds me of a third party figure with that hole right there. So there is Hot Shot, Armada Universe Hot Shot. Needle Nose, I believe, is due in tomorrow, I think. And I did also get a couple uh, bigger figures from the Chosen Prime. Navigant, who is the Ocular Max Streetwise. Uh, he actually came in stock a while ago, but he wasn't enough to ship by himself to get free shipping. So he sat there for a while. Uh, really nice figure. I was a little surprised that he turned out to be gray because I was picturing him as white. But apparently he is supposed to be gray. I've had First Aid for a while. This is Medicus. They go together. They're part of the combiner team that it's going to ultimately form Defensor. So they look good together. But like I said, I've had First Aid for a while, but I just figured I'd bring him out. So the bot that showed up that allowed me to ship Navigant, aka Streetwise, was and it surprisingly one of my first official Takara Masterpiece figure in years. I looked back, I was like, when's the last time I gotten like an official Takara Masterpiece figure? It had to be at least 2 years. I've gotten third party or like the Hasbro movie ones, but Trailbreaker, excellent. I can't believe how good this Trailbreaker is. I mean, he's nice and tall. Both of these guys, the transformation Masterpiece is oftentimes very difficult to figure out. I only consulted the instructions for these guys basically just to verify I was doing the right thing for a couple of spots where it was particularly tight. I think it moves this way, but it's kind of tight. So I pull out the instructions, make sure I'm not about to break something. It's like, no, that's what it's supposed to do. So mostly I figured them out on my own, and so they're, which is not a common thing you could do with Masterpiece figures. So yeah, very cool. Definitely, if you're into the Masterpiece stuff, Trailbreaker and anything Ocular Max, which is Mastermind Creations, if you're familiar with that, it's basically the same company. Anything they do is great. I've got the whole Bruticus set from them, and now I'm two bots into the Defensor set. And they're excellent. The build quality is good. The plastic feels good, and it's just I enjoyed it. I'm happy with it. And that was it. As far as Transformers go, I don't. I didn't bring anything else to show, but I will say I've been kind of going a little crazy with Legos lately. So we don't need to talk about that. So let's see. What are you guys saying here? Some ideas for Autobots and Decepticons from Bayverse for Earth Wars. Yeah, they said on the stream last week they're not doing Bayverse because that is a light that Hasbro doesn't have a license for that. That's from Paramount. You will never see Bayverse in Earth Wars, and I think most people are happy about that. Personally, I don't think that style would translate well in Earth Wars. Have you ever seen the Bayverse like Micro Machines? I mean, the standard Autobot cars and stuff like that look fine, but like the Megatron, it's okay. Yeah, I guess that's Megatron, but it's really just kind of like crumpled up tinfoil. I mean, that's one of those times when people say they look like crumpled up tinfoil, particularly at small scale. And I bring that up because Earth Wars, I mean, look, it's tiny on your phone, so it's I'd rather not have Bayverse in the game at all, even if they could get the license. Hasbro needs to tighten up on quality. Leader class flaws galore. Hot Shot looks blocky like a child style. Well, the Hot Shot looks like what it's supposed to. The original Armada figure. That's what they were trying to do. So as far as that, they hit the nail as far as Hot Shot goes. Quality control on leader figures and exclusive figures. Yeah, you're right on there. You know, that's a fair criticism. But you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Even though I don't agree with your opinion, doesn't mean you're wrong. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. I mean, everybody's got their opinion, and you know. Remember Quantron? Of course, I remember Quantron. Are you talking about where I made the intentionally awkward edit in one of my countdown videos, or are you talking about how you had trouble putting them together? What if they add two new Titans called Unicron and his brother Primus? Nah, they're way bigger than Titans. I don't think we'll ever see Unicron or Primus in the game. Or if we do, it'll be a whole new game mode. If they're not going to be Titans, they're not going to be Combiners, anything like that. Off topic for a sec, and not for the kids. Okay, kids, close your ears and eyes. Last of Us is starting 115. Yeah, you know, I keep seeing advertisements for that, and you know, I like Pedro Pascal as an actor. I know it's based on a video game. I've never played the game. I'll probably check it out just because I've seen the advertisements. It looks pretty interesting, and I like the actor. G1 Unicorn. I know you're trying to say Unicron. Even if you type Unicron, your phone often tries to correct you to Unicorn. That's why I don't usually give people a hard time when I see them typing Unicorn. It's probably the phone's fault. There was a time when we were talking about Victorion quite a bit. It would always get auto corrected to Victorian. You know, like the Victorian England or whatever, where the AN it ended with instead of ON. So there's a lot of talk about Victorian instead of Victorion. But again, it's autocorrect. I give people benefit of the doubt. Kind of, same thing. Unicorn, I read it as Unicron. But I do like the jokes. The jokes are, when you see like cartoons, people joking about the unicorn, or somebody say, "What? What do you mean a unicorn?" Okay, yeah, haha. All right, I think I'm kind of catching up. Oktar, if you're still here, have a good night. Thank you for coming. Why am I called Engineer Hoist? Because I'm an engineer, and because I've talked about this a lot. But if you haven't been around a while, I can tell you. Basically, when I was first getting into like the building an online presence or whatever, I was right about the time that Spotlight Hoist was out from IDW. They had put out the new Hoist figure in Thrilling 30, and the Spotlight Hoist was out there. I read that comic, and there's a line in there where he talks about, I'm just a mid level maintenance engineer who takes each day as it comes, and my personality's not based on a crippling personality defect or something. He's talking to Sunstreaker, and basically that whole little statement that he made there, I was just like, that's kind of me to a T. Mid-level maintenance engineer. I'm a little bit higher than mid-level now, but still at the time it was like mid-level maintenance engineer, takes each day as it comes. That's me. So Hoist and Hoist is too generic of a term. I'm an engineer, so engineer Hoist, that was available. No Twitter handle, no Facebook handle, no YouTube, no website, no nothing. Engineer Hoist was available across the board. Obviously, Hot Rod is my favorite character, but there's so many Hot Rods and Rodimuses out there. You're not going to stand out. Hoist, not a lot of Hoists out there. So that's the story. Engineer Wheeljack, he's kind of a mad scientist. Engineer, yeah, but he's more of like a theoretical engineer, like mad scientist type engineer. Hoist fixes stuff. And that's kind of my job. I fix stuff. I don't do a lot of the designing of the stuff. I just fix stuff that's already been made but broke. So, yeah. Community corner. What's that? Oh, it was good. We got your submission in there. It was cool. I'm pretty sure I properly identified that as your Decepticon helicopter being ambushed. I think by the Autobots, or maybe a betrayal of some sort. For anybody who was not around, this is what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that helicopter Velcro, if I'm not mistaken. So I almost forgot to put yours in. Yeah, no, you and which hat was it? Glitch. You guys. I was sitting here just about getting ready to, start getting things all booted up, and I saw you guys had posted something there at the last minute. I'm like, okay, good thing I didn't close it yesterday. Look at the submission pics one last time. I didn't see anything added. I just saw Bella Wooga do a clap. Did you put it in collection photos, maybe? I'm not sure if that'll keep working. Looks like it might be. Ah, yes. So here we go. That's why I missed it. Just finished whitening the one on the right. That's amazing. G1 Jetfire got the going for that's kind of a before and after picture. That's fantastic. Getting all the yellow gone and making them white again. Well done. That's what, like, I think you like soak it in peroxide for a day or so or something like that. I know Bert the Stormtrooper does this quite a bit. Does the de-yellowing of things. I've never tried it. I've never really had a figure that needed it. So yeah, well done. It's always amazing to see the restoration. It's very cool. Day and a half in the UV light box. There you go. Okay. After a couple of long streams last couple times, cracking about 1,000 crystals. I mean, literally, a couple streams ago, it was over 1,000 crystals, wasn't it? Like 1,100 crystals or something. But yeah, I think we might be calling it a short night here. I did see one question. Did I see the Toy Hacks Holiday Prime? Yes, it's fantastic. I'm going to get that set. I just haven't ordered it just yet. I like to order my Toy Hacks in bunches. And I'm definitely going to get the Holiday Prime Toy Hack set. And I've been doing toy hacks on the Stunticons. So I have Wild Rider, Drag Strip, and Motor Master and his trailer, all toy hacked up. Still need to get the stickers for Dead End. I believe they're out, but I figured, Breakdown's going to be coming out soon. So I might just wait till Breakdown. Till they get a set for Breakdown, and then just go ahead and finish that. Throw in the Holiday Prime, and maybe throw in a couple of others or something like that. So yeah, so that's what I'll be. But yeah, I'll definitely be getting that Holiday Prime set. Can we have Grand Maximus, Mega Zarak, and Metro Titan in the game? I don't know. Maybe we could, but I mean it's hard enough as it is. I mean, yeah, I got Fort Max, but I still only ever have Metroplex being used. Metroplex is already so high, and Fort Max is going to be leveled up. Probably never going to quite match Metroplex. If you bring in a third one, you're never going to use them because you only ever can use one Titan at a time. We didn't even need a Fort Max. So, but hey, fine. They're the two big ones. Could we have them? Maybe, but they're not the big ones. They're not the popular ones. Honestly, I would be surprised if we saw any more Titans in the game. I'd be very surprised. So I will see if I can find you, Fitz, and see if I can help you. Yep. I agree with this. Hoist DeLoreans. Let's stay safe. And Alpha Trion is rolling out, and I think I'm going to as well. Thanks for coming. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. I'll see you next time.